Hello everyone, how are you? Let's have a chat, shall we? Comment below. How's everyone coping with the current situation? It's a bit stressful, isn't it? Today's video is sponsored by pyjamas, no makeup, no bra, hay fever and lockdown nails. Woohoo! Let's start with my apologies in case this goes terribly. It's my first time and this video has been recorded for the aid of my clients who I am currently unable to see due to lockdown. If you are not one of my clients, then this is not for you. Go away. No, I'm joking. Hope this video helps people in some way. I am aiming this at complete novice. So if you have any questions, please comment below or just get in touch. Without further ado, I'm going to start off with doing a basic gel polish removal. I will explain what you need for that in a second. I will also be following that with a gel polish and structure gel removal. Two completely different things. If you're one of my clients, you will have one or the other on your nails. If you are unsure, get in touch, find out what you've got on your nails, and I will help you. Right, if you've got structure gel on your nails, you need to fast forward through this first gel removal bit, because this is completely pointless to you, because we're going to soak it off, and if you've got structure gel on, we're not going to soak it off. So, first off, you're going to need at least a medium grit file. I would recommend you get a medium grit file because I'm aiming this at a novice. So one would assume you don't know what you're doing. So you're aiming for something like this. This is like your basic emery board. Like I said, medium grit file. It's about a 180 this is, for anyone who's interested. It would also be quite handy if you had a softer grit file, like a buff block. You guys will have seen me use this. This is really, really soft in comparison. Usually. These two actually start off as the same grit. But these get blunt really quickly. But you're probably going to be aiming for a smooth, soft buff to finish with. Okay? You will be able to pick these up in any supermarket. And I'm actually going to attempt to attach some screenshots to this video for you guys. So I have screenshotted a set of nail files that you can get in Asda, which actually come two different nail files. You get the medium grit and you get the softer one, and you get one of these to push your cuticles back with. And if you're doing a gel polish soak off, you can use this to scrape the polish off and it won't damage your nails. Yay! Right, this is a really rough one. We're not going to use this because I don't trust you guys not to foul into your own nails, basically. I'm joking, that doesn't stand for a lot of you, only some of you, but I'm not going to start naming names. Okay, so we're going to discard this for now. Right, I will show you how to finish with this. It's really easy, but you don't want to go mad. Right, put that aside for now. If you are using a brand new file, you have to think about safety, because when you get a brand new file, they have a sharp edge on them. It's just the way they're manufactured. All of them do, even the professional ones. So you've got to prime these edges, and the way to do this is to get an old nail file, and just a clean old nail file, obviously, and just rough up these edges so that they're nice and blunt. That way you're not going to cut yourself. Okay, and then you're good to go. Okay, you're not going to cut yourself at all with that now. Right, if you are not using a brand new nail file, you are going to have slightly different effects on your nail. So we're going to pretend that this buff block is an old nail file because it's a lot softer in consistency. I've used this one, so it's quite soft. So this is going to mimic your old used nail file at home, if that is all you are going to use. If you don't want to go out and buy new, I will show you how to break the top coat using an old nail file. But I will warn you, it's going to take a long time. Okay? So what's going to happen? How to know if your nail file is blunt? So you see this shiny surface on my nail there, right? I'm hoping you're going to be able to pick this up on this video, right? If you're going at it with a soft nail file, like this, you're going to get this cloudy finish. You see that? Sort of cloudy. There you go, you can see it there. It's really cloudy. Right? Technically, that top coat's broken, right? Yeah, you might get away with soaking that now. But I'm going to show you a way of making sure that you've properly broken that top coat. If you have a brand new file, you can see that cloudiness starts to get darker. You see that? Now, what I don't want you guys to do is go crazy and file through the colour. You don't want that. If you've gone through the colour, you've gone too far. We are assuming here, right, by the way, guys, we're pretending right now that I don't have a nail enhancement on, okay? We're pretending this is my natural nail under here and I've just got gel polish on, okay? For demo's sake, okay? Now, I like to be quite thorough with roughing up my top coat. I know some therapists don't bother, they just here, there, anywhere, as long as it's broken. But I like to go all the way around the edges because then I know that my soak time is going to be accurate. Now, as my clients will know, I use Gelish. And Gelish, I love the way it soaks off. It's so easy to get off of the nail plate. It really is amazing. So, we have thoroughly roughed up that top coat, right? Yeah? You can see, here guys, a little bit there. I've gone through the colour. Now, if I didn't have a nail enhancement there, I've potentially filed down to my natural nail, which is not good. We don't want to do that. We don't want to risk you guys filing away any of your natural nail, okay? Now, chances are that I would have just filed down to base coat, but we don't want to be risking that, okay? We just want this. We just want this roughed up. Where you can tell you're down to the colour in most parts. You can see here we've got a line of cloudiness there. That means that there's still top coat there in that line. But then underneath it, it's nice and dark. That's how you know you filed down to the colour. Base coat, colour. Base coat, colour. Excuse my dry hands. It's terrible, isn't it? That's what washing your hands all the time does to you. Okay, so we're ready to soak now. Before you sit down and do this, guys, I really do recommend that you make sure that you have got a drink to hand, a snack to hand, and I recommend that you're sat watching telly doing it, because you are bound to get bored. You need something to distract you, because it can be frustrating how long it takes you when you're not used to doing things like this, okay? I'm always going to recommend you do your dominant hand first, whether you're right-handed or left-handed, because that's going to be the more awkward one. Once you've got that out of the way, you've got the easy hand left to do, and you'll feel much happier that way. Remember to always protect all your surfaces before you play with acetone. Make sure your hands are clean before you start, okay? I will link some recommendations below. The reasons why I have selected the acetone from Asda that I have selected is so that obviously you can add it to your grocery list. So it will come with your groceries. And it also says in the description that it is 98% acetone. Do not bother getting anything other than 98% or higher acetone, okay guys? Don't bother getting gel removals because they don't always work. They're just pumped full of all these unnecessary products, fragrances, moisturizers. You don't need it. If you want to prevent your acetone from being as dehydrating, get in touch with me. I've got a little home tip for you. All my clients know what it is. If they're not sure, how dare you not remember the things I teach you? But now I'm joking. Get in touch. I can give you a little tip if you're really concerned about dehydration. I know a lot of my clients struggle with flakiness, so if you are doing a complete removal, your nails are going to be vulnerable to the acetone, okay? So take extra precautions. Make sure you use cuticle oil afterwards, okay guys? So you're also going to need for this foil. 10 pieces of foil. I'm only doing a demo of one finger today, just to show you guys quickly what you need to do, because I've got a lot of product on my nails and I'm not going to be sitting and soaking them off. Okay, all you need to do is get a cotton pad like you would take your makeup off, cotton ball, anything like this is going to hold moisture. Split it again. You can get 4 out of this, don't be wasteful. Okay, then you're going to saturate your cotton pad in your acetone, pop it on your nail, pop your tin foil on, wrap it round, and then I just give it little bunny ears on top. Okay, nice and secure. Okay, and you're going to soak that for 10 minutes. The way I do it is I would do, if I'm doing all 10 fingers, is I would do this hand first, break all the top coats, wrap all 5 fingers, 10 minutes. Once it's crystallized, get my wooden stick, scrape the crystallized product off of that nail, re-soak if necessary. If you're removing gelish, you won't need to re-soak. Most of the gelish colours soak off in 7 minutes, but we're going to time 10 minutes here to be on the safe side, which is what I recommend all of you do. Once it is crystallised, you are not going to force this off the nail plate. Just let it come off willingly. Once you've removed all the gel polish from these 5 fingers, you can finish buff if you want to, or you can move straight onto breaking all the top coat, wrapping all the fingers, time for 10 minutes. It is going to be so awkward for you to try and wrap all 10 at the same time. You can go through and you can break all the top coat on all 10 by all means, but please only wrap one hand at a time. And like I said, if you start by wrapping your dominant hand, you're going to find life a lot easier. I would also say that if you are somebody who struggles with their nails and has very weak, flimsy natural nails underneath this product, you may want to take the length down before you remove the product, so that you've still got that product on there, securing that nail, holding it still while you file or chop down the length. It's holding the structure of that nail. Okay, if you soak the product off first and then try to file down the length, you run the risk of the nail bending, especially where it's been soaked in acetone. It's going to be a little bit soft until it oxidizes again and gets in the air and dries back out again properly. Okay, and please guys, don't be shocked by how weak your nails feel. I promise you, if you struggled with weak, flimsy nails before this product was put on your nails, they will be the same when this product comes off. Okay? Right, I'm going to pause this. Wait the 10 minutes and I'll get back to you. Okay guys, it's been 10 minutes. We're going to scrape these off now. So... what should have happened, you find, start scrapey. The product is almost like crystallized. I'm barely putting any pressure on here. It comes off so nicely, Gelish does. I love it. Which just, it minimises any chance of you damaging your nails, really. Or therapists damaging your nails, as the case may be. Because to be honest with you guys, if you're going to ever cause your nails damage, it's either in prep or removal. Because that's when you're coming into contact with the natural nail 9 times out of 10, and people just get too heavy-handed. See, you may find it easier if you're right-handed like I am, to hold the stick still with your left and work against it with your right. It does feel awkward, but this is why I say that you need to sit and like watch telly, make sure you've got a drink to keep you hydrated, keep your blood sugars up, have a snack. Because if you don't like doing your nails, you're going to really struggle with this, and it's going to be a bit of a shock to the system. Some people might enjoy it every once in a while, sitting down and sorting their nails out, but needs must. Just Okay, so we've just got a little bit of residue on there. I mean, you could, honestly, you could stick the wrap back on and soak that last little bit off. But I'm not going to bother. Okay, try and move this up a little bit. So, if you happen to get the kit from Asda that I have recommended, you will notice that there is a medium grip file, which is what we've just used, and there is a soft grip file. You are now going to buff your natural nail and get this last little bit of residue off with your soft block. You want to be so careful here, because unless there's a little bit of base coat left on there, you are now filing your natural nail. Nice and gentle, guys. Just make sure you're taking off the product. Don't go over the same area. Look, I'm not going that quickly. You don't need to. Gel files really easily. You see you get up in that edge there. So that wall there. If you can get the buff little file in up in that wall, like that, see? Nice and gently. And then around your cuticles, nice and gently. See? Pop it up in there. Over. And that edge there. See? Like this. Now, if you haven't already removed your length before soaking, remember guys, we're pretending that this nail enhancement isn't on my fingers, okay? So you wouldn't have this regrowth bump here, would you? This would all be nice and smooth. I'm pretending that's not there, okay? So obviously that's made that really hard for me to just get that colour off. So we'll pretend that I've got it all off, okay? For the sake of it. I mean, I am being picky. I've done quite well, I think. For somebody who doesn't really hand file anymore because she's got an e-file. So yeah, like I said, if you haven't already removed your length before soaking off your gel polish, what you can do if you've got a lot of length there and you either don't have the strength in your hand to file this length down, you can trim them with nail cutters. Now, if you're one of my clients, you know I'm not a fan of doing this, okay? But if it's going to save you guys time and it's going to stop you from getting frustrated, I will give you a demo on how to correctly cut your nails without forcing them out of their natural shape, okay? So, get my nail cutters. So, obviously, I've got an enhancement here. So, this is where my clients who are wearing structure gel are going to come in, okay? You can start paying attention now, guys, all right? Now, gel polish removal people that we've just done the removal demo of, you can use this as well on your natural nails, this technique, okay? When cutting the nails, you do not go straight across like this. Do not do this. Because if you look underneath, you have got a curve underneath your nail. Yeah? That is your C curve, right? So to prevent forcing it out of shape, what we are going to do is we are going to do it in 2 halves, okay? Now, depending on how low you're taking your nails, now, my clients, most of you, because I know your nails are naturally weak, and I don't know when I'm next going to see you, I recommend you take your nails down to at least the tip of your finger, okay? If you have just done a gel polish removal and that is your natural nails, you may want to take them shorter, Structure gel clients or anybody with enhancements on, excuse me, I recommend you are going to leave some product on, okay? I recommend that you do not do a complete product removal, okay? So, I will show you how this is going to work. We're going to assess, so I want to allow some room to file my nail into shape after this, okay? So I'm going to allow filing room, okay? So I'm going to go a little bit further on than the tip of my finger, if you can see. See that? A little bit further on. That's only to allow for filing space, okay, guys? Now you're going to go a little bit into that curve. Do you see that? Just tiny little nip. Tiny, tiny, tiny little nip. Now you may find if you've got a little bit of an enhancement on the end there that just this one split will be enough for it to ping off. So if you don't wear glasses naturally, I suggest you have some way of protecting your eyes, okay? Even if you do this behind your phone. And use your camera like I am. Right, trim, ready? See, now this is what usually happens with gel because it's soft. So you have literally just put a little tiny nick in there, you see? Now what you're going to do is you're going to go around to the other side and you're going to do the same thing. Same area, see? Okay. Now what you can usually do is bend it off. If you can't, you go in, you nip a little bit more. Back to the other side. You want to keep this nice and even, okay, guys? Do not put any unnecessary pressure on either one of the sides, okay? Just going in ever so slightly until this happens, okay? So, people, you will now get your medium grip file again and you will file this into shape, okay? If you want to go nice and basic and square, perfect. This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take it down to a short square because if everybody's taking their length down, I think that's quite a nice uniform length most people can get on with. Sorry, I keep going out of shot. Like I said, it's my first time. Bear with me. This is your natural nail. You will only want to file in one direction, okay? Structure gel people, you can feel free to hacksaw away if you're leaving some product on there. Seesaw, there is no problem there. Your nail is protected by the product. You're not going to do any damage. Now what you want to do, guys, is look at your side walls. Make sure that's nice and straight. Okay? Like that. Straight out. Don't start taking it up at an angle, okay? We don't want any of this. Hang on. We don't want any of this. We want it like this. You see? Nice and straight. Like that. And again, the same on the other side. So you see how I use my thumb to pull my nail wall away? Like that. See? Nice and straight. So you're actually coming, it's really awkward, straight out from the nail wall, okay? Make sure that's nice and straight. And then you can do this way as well. Nice and straight. Nice and straight. You see? Nice and straight. Nice and straight. Okay? And that's my gel polish, people. Done. What you can do, guys, if you want to, put a nice nail strengthener on there and make sure you finish with your cuticle oil, okay? I will give you a demo at the very end of this video on nail strengthening and all that jazz, okay? Now we're going to move on to the people wearing structure gel. So, people wearing structure gel, you're right at the beginning of your removal process. We have just chopped down the length. We've filed into shape that we like, roughly. Yeah? If you guys want to use a rougher file, feel free. It will save your arm, it will save you time, and I don't blame you. However, I do still expect you to err with caution. Do not file down to your natural nail. I mean, that is not what we're aiming for here anyway. I do not recommend that you remove your structure gel. I only recommend that you take down this bulk. You see that? That bulk there, that thickness, is because we have built that thickness up with product to build the strength of your nail. If you remove all of that product, focus. If you remove all of that product, your nails are going to feel so weak, even at that length. They don't need to be that thick at that length. We're going to take a lot of this bulk down, because otherwise you guys aren't going to be able to function. You're not going to be able to pick up change. You're not going to be able to pick up your credit, debit card, anything like that. You're going to be pretty screwed, guys. So we are going to remove this bulk and we're going to neaten it up. But do not remove all of it. You guys have been used to having an enhancement on your nails. This is where the myth comes from, that these products ruin your nails, because people think that they're going to be able to take this product off and their nails are going to be perfectly strong and healthy underneath. This product does not change the natural health of your nails. It supports it. Okay? If you remove all this product, you are going to struggle with your nails, guys. Sorry to say. I'm really sorry. But anyway, for those of you who may not be able to find a rougher file, like this one, this is an 80 grit file. This is what I use to remove top coat from gel polish, even though I didn't recommend you guys do it. This is what I would remove to remove bulk if I was doing an acrylic removal or a gel enhancement removal. You don't necessarily need it with gel, which is going to work to your guys' favours, okay? I am going to treat today like you guys have picked up that kit from Asda that I've recommended, okay? So this is my medium grit 180 file again, okay? The stronger one out of the two Asda files, okay? And what we are going to do is we are going to take this tip down, okay? And the way that we are going to do this is we're going to go by the side, on your side, and you're going to get your nail file on its side, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to ever so slightly, so that we're not touching our skin. Look, we're not touching our skin. We're just going to angle it slightly like this. Okay? At this angle. Not touching the cuticle, but just enough so that we're going to bring that whole thickness down equally together. Okay? And we're just going to go back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now, when I turn this like this, you will see. See how we've already made a dent in it? See? See that? We've already taken a bit of a dent down. So I'm going to fast forward just doing that bit, okay? So you can see where I filed here. We're mainly focusing on that highest point right in the middle, okay? I'll fast forward through this for you guys. There we go, guys. All right. So now that we've taken that down quite a bit, what we're going to do now is while we're filing like this, we are going to tilt the file round the nail like this to start bringing those corners in equally. You see these corners? These corners that are developing. We are going to rock. Hang on. We are going to rock from side to side to keep that curve in there, okay? But like this. I'm just exaggerating this for you guys, okay? I will show you me doing it. And remember, the more of the length of the nail file that you use doing this, the more product you're going to remove. Remember to keep checking it. Make sure that you're not filing down to your natural nail. Okay, see how thin that's getting now? Yeah? See how thin that's getting? Keep going. Use the length of that nail file to Make sure you're getting the bulk of that product down as quickly as possible without getting bored. You check on it again. Okay, you see how we're doing? So you can see we've got a little bit of a hump here, so we need to focus more on this area here. Okay, look, yeah, a little bit more in the centre. A little bit more. And what you can do if you just want to even out that very tip is you can just come around like this. Lovely. So now if you look at it sideways, we've got this hump here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to very carefully just file before that product line. We are not filing on the natural nail. No, 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 no. You're filing just around this bit. Okay, so just this bit. Use your thumb to pull your nail wall back. You can see where I'm hitting. You can see that because the product's bulked, I'm not hitting the nail. You can see where I've hit. You see? You can see where I've hit and where it's still shiny. See? Not hit the nail at all. And we'll come round this side. How's the hump looking now? And then what you can actually do is use your other nail to run over this to make sure it's nice and smooth. So the transition's nice and smooth, which it's not here. There's a bit of a bump. So I'm going to come back in with my nail file and come around. You've got to be really careful with your cuticles, guys. I know it's awkward. Okay, that's pretty good. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get your lighter buff block and we're just going to come all the way around. Okay. There we have it, guys. We have taken that bulk of that nail down, you see. It's not as thick anymore. But there's still enough on there to protect our nails. Now you can take that down to as thin as you want, but all I'm saying is I do not recommend you take it all off, okay? Just enough so that you guys can function. You sit there trying to file all this off, you'll get bored as well. Because remember, once you filed that colour off at the beginning, you will have filed through the colour and you will be down to clear gel now. If, for instance, you feel that you can really visibly see that line like you can on mine, that's quite visible, and that would really aggravate some people, well, that's fine. What you can now do is put some nail strengthener on that and some base coat if you want to polish. The only thing I do recommend that is, do not use a shimmery one. Do not use a shimmery polish on this, because it will enhance any lumps, bumps that you've missed, and it will heighten and enhance that transition between product and natural nail. Okay, but if you want to go for like a light nude pink or something like that, just make sure you use a base coat to try and fill in any little lumps and bumps and stuff, and it will also mean that if you want to remove that colour, it'll come off a lot easier. Now, interesting thing here is, I don't know if you guys can see down this nail wall, I've got a bit of lifting. You see? See right here? Now, that is going to be really hard to get to with a nail file, because that is such an awkward area. Because of the size of it, the actual pale white bit, if you see, is only that very edge. It's really hard to position myself to show you guys. It's only actually a tiny bit lifted. If you look at the bit that's white, see that? So I would probably leave that. If I can't get to that with the nail file, I mean, I would give it a go. Give it a go with a nail file and a buff block, or your soft buff black. Just be careful that you're not filing away your nail next to it, okay? Because like I said, that's a very awkward area. If there's anything bigger than that, you are going to have to file it off, because if any moisture or bacteria gets caught under there, you're going to end up with the greenies, guys. Okay? So, should we try and get in there? So we're right in there, aren't we? You can sometimes get away with using the round of your file. That can work quite well. See how we did. Try again. Patience is key, guys. Patience is key. You see that little flake's gone now. I mean, you can get really fussy with these things, but as long as this area is nice and clean, and I recommend, if you guys are putting any kind of polish, nail strengthener, anything on there, get a manicure brush like this or a cotton pad. If you're going to do it with a cotton pad, you've got to make sure you're really vigilant. Soak it in your acetone, because that will kill any bacteria, and it will get rid of any oil that is around your nail plate. So even if you have got any little bits of lifting that you haven't seen, as soon as you put that nail strengthener on, it's going to be nice and clean for that nail strengthener to go on there. Okay, and it will go chalky because you've just removed any oils. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, is it? It's not the prettiest. But it's better than damage. Yeah? So much better than damage. But if you guys have been avoiding doing anything like this, it's time to get your finger out. Get it? Yeah, you need to take care of your nails, guys. Stay on top of it. If they're too long, chop them off. Don't expect them to deal with that kind of pressure, okay? Now, as you guys know, I use OPI Nail Envy nail strengthener. And I would be quite happy just with this. And I know you, not all of you. So this is a really good tip actually. If you get some product on your brush, dab it in the middle there, right? Zoom in for you, right? Get your dab there, dab, 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 and then bulldoze it up to the cuticle area, really slowly, and drag back so that you've not got too much there. Come down the sides, nice and slow, down the edge and off, and on the other side. And down the side. Like that. See? Now I would do all 5. How have I dripped it on my hand? How do I always end up getting messy? Whoops. Right. I would go round, do all 5 nails. Go round, do all 5 nails. By the time you've done all 5 nails, you should be able to come back to this number 1 again. Also, guys, I don't know if this is helpful to you. Right. Hold your bottle like that. Get your brush. Now what I do is I drag one side off. And then you've got a little bit of product on the end of your brush. See that? Yeah? Just a little bit. Dab. Brush. Careful. Brush. Careful. Brush. And cap the edge. Okay. That's all you need to do with the OPI base. Now obviously you can still see that product line, can't you? You can still see that product line. You can still see it. You can still see. But it's a lot less visible, isn't it? Just let that dry for about 10 minutes. And then you're good to go and you can swap over to your other hand. You can put a light polish on over the top of that if you want to. Mask it. Bit of glitter maybe. Do a bit of glitter, should we? Ready? Yeah. This is Morgan Taylor. See, I got my cuticle a little bit there. But it doesn't matter because you guys have got your orange stick. Nothing on that. That was just dry and I've just managed to wipe it off. Okay? As long as you're quick, you're all good. Pretty, right? Much better than ugly and outgrown. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah? So there we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. You could do 2 coats of glitter if you want to. I'm going to leave it as that because I'm going to rebuild mine, so luxuries of being at home and nothing else to do. I do miss doing other people's nails though, guys. It's horrible. It really is. I feel completely useless. I'm thinking about actually bribing my husband, Alex, into letting me give him a manicure tomorrow because he wants me to attempt to cut his hair. Wishing luck! So I might say, yeah, I'll attempt cutting your hair for you. If you let me give you a manicure. Wish me luck, guys. Take care. Stay safe. Like I said, if you've got any questions, get in touch. I've got a Facebook page, Skin Deep Beauty and Holistic Therapy. Don't forget to get on there, like it, follow me. I'm going to try and get on Instagram. I'm going to try and do some more video uploads. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.